Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 10 of our extreme difficulty Spain campaign, and well, the extreme difficulty means that we cannot train units except in tier 3 settlements. Furthermore, we cannot train any temple units, so bye-bye for bull warriors. And we cannot build any ports, and we have kind of Numidian overlords, meaning that we cannot attack their settlements or their armies, even though we can defend ourselves if they choose to attack. So this is the situation, and I think our aim today is to push quite a bit onwards against Germania, take the last remaining Brutii settlement here in Italy and thwart this army over here. And I think we will take the battle to the Brutii also in Greece. But, well, we will get going a bit by bit. And of course, let's see if our diplomat could bribe some Germanians as well. They seem to have some rather nice armies over here. And soon Mediolanum can also begin to train troops. A new general, doubtful courage unusual. Well, that would make an interesting test subject for how much general affects things in the game. And I think actually we are done with training troops in Spain, so we do have so many settlements at the moment in which we can train troops that we will do the training practically in the field. And I think with these reinforcements, the army here should be able to march onwards quite nicely. It's rather sad that the Germanian settlements are relatively small. It makes, well, uncontrollable rage. Yeah. So we are having a bit of... Oh. Okay. Poorer quality commanders at our disposal here in this campaign, but let's see how we will do. I think one of the aims is to... Well, let's see what the Macedonians will do. It may be that we need to engage them as well at some point. And in Massilia, I think weaponsmith will be quite nice. In Salona, I think we can march onwards. Yeah, and we can hire the mercenaries over here, and Apollonia will be our next destination. Matugenus the Mighty is besieging these settlements. I think we can actually just starve them out. And here the Brutii are not actually making any moves, so it might be that we need to take the fight to them. And we can do that with the general with doubtful courage. Let's gather some troops and drive them off. And of course we do have some troops here garrisoned in Tarentum. Yeah, I think we can bring those there as well. And I'm a bit worried about those Germanians. I think it's actually best to just pull out of the settlement, get some reinforcements if we can, and then wait for the cavalry to arrive. Because if we get besieged over there, things might get rather nasty rather soon. But let's see how we will fare. And Alasia is training troops as it should be. Good. I think I have moved every general, though. I think I should have left that guy over here and take this guy to the front. Let's see if we could actually make a switch still. And he has Master Smith. I guess Master Smith can remain with him. And we do have a turn. Okay, so Macedon declared war. Which means that we will reroute this army to take Segestica. Carthago Novabardic Circle. Well, perhaps Great Market will increase trade a bit, but, well, I'm not sure if it's actually worth the investment. But, well, we don't have anything better to do over there. Let's see if we... Cordoba. I think we should train some peasants already over there. Nabomasos. Yeah, let's go with a port. Some extra income will be nice. Tarentum. I think we are doing rather well over there. And the relieving force is marching onwards, and it seems these Roman generals are actually in for a battle. Since we do have spears, we should have rather good chances against them. Then again, if they beat us, our relief force will be somewhat crippled. But let's see. Let's use the cavalry as a flanking force. The infantry will engage from the front. And hopefully General can survive. Because they do have quite nice command rating. Actually, Latin rebels, barbarian warlords. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's see how we will do over here. And of course, it will be quite enough if we just break them. Oh. Oops. Okay. We were able to break them, but, well, at least my gut feeling was that this could go horribly wrong. But fortunately it didn't, and most likely our general gained some command experience, so perhaps he will get rid of his doubtful courage at some point as well. And as we want to join the forces... Okay, apparently we cannot do that just yet. So this army will take on Segestica. Hopefully we can entice this army to attack, because defensive battles are quite a bit easier. We will besiege Apollonia with this army. Do we have any decent general commanding this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Because this might be rather tough battle ahead of us. Our reinforcements are getting closer. I think it might be good to... Oh, we cannot join forces over there. Yeah, I think we can auto-resolve this one. And then let's move this army over here, because there might be some nasty surprises waiting for us in that area. Furthermore, I think we should be reinforcing Samaro Briva, because probably it's the prime target for Britons. And we most definitely don't want to lose it. And in Batavium, I think we once again just need to train troops to keep the public order in check. Perhaps we should actually train peasants, so we can move these guys out to the field, and we will soon have 2 armies joining forces in the Eastern Front. Do we have... Yeah, we have this one army trudging over here. Let's get some infantry mercenaries. And I think we do have a turn. And the Brutii are making a move. Captain Valerius. What was Captain Valerius? Shouldn't be too difficult. Oppius Brutus might be quite another matter. So I think the overall tactical plan is to, since they are charging our back, we will use cavalry to wipe these guys out, while we will form up with infantry to take on Oppius, and since he has ballistas, we have to just hope that he will actually advance. But yeah, first and foremost our goal is to take on the attacking army coming that way. And then we will form up on the hill, I guess, if we can. This might actually be a bit tricky place. I think we will form up in here to face the enemy main army. And my assumption is that we don't need general joining the cavalry while they are wiping out the initial enemy army. And perhaps we should make 2 wings out of our cavalry. Let's see if we could begin to roll the enemy from both flanks. So let's get going and hope we can finish these guys rather quickly. Okay, good. Time to turn around. And I think the Hastatis are actually the most threatening units over here. They are taking damage, but only shaken at the moment. Okay, wavering these guys. Let's hope they break. Only shaken. Okay, that unit is broken, so we can move in to charge those velites. They are breaking, and I think we will send these guys to hunt the enemies down, and let's bring these guys over here so they can get a bit of a rest before the second phase of the battle is about to start. Oh, actually the enemy general is moving in here. Let's see if we could actually snipe him. But we might need 1 cavalry unit over here to guard our flanks.
Army runs. Now hunt them down.
Actually, they do have quite a bit of cavalry units in here as well. So, okay. Yeah, we certainly need some units guarding our flanks. Let's see if we could take down the enemy general over there. Okay, good.
Lies dead. Now he can drink with his ancestors and watch his warriors.
And this flank is secure. The bodyguard should be breaking, hopefully, at least soon. And here it seems we are winning this cavalry battle as well. So basically, the enemy can send infantry after us, but the cavalry force is broken, practically. Okay, incoming war dogs, and I think we should actually bring these guys to the flank. And even though it will cost us another turn to take the settlement, let's not chase those guys without a good reason. So let's secure the battle first, and only then move after the rest of the enemies, which is, well, pretty much now, it seems. Okay, let's see. Oh, there is some Hastatis still eager for battle. Too bad those Scutaris broke right where they did. And where are our cavalry units? Of course, they are here, doing absolutely nothing.
Enemy flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
Well, that's the plan. They have quite a lot of cavalry units on the field, so taking all of the enemies down will be rather difficult. But let's do our best, because that way we might have a chance of taking the settlement. In any case, it will be quite a bit easier with fewer enemies defending the settlement. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
The enemy are crushed like beagles.
Yeah. Not too many enemies surviving, but I doubt a bit that we could get the settlement straight away. Let's see. Ah, we actually got it. Nice. And another Brutii army. Where are they getting these? Titus Brutus. This army actually looks quite menacing. Well, let's see if we could deal with them. The good thing is that actually the population of Apollonia seems to be over 6,000. So if it's not already tier 3 settlement, it should soon be. And this time we can actually utilize the hill over here relatively well. Of course, we have taken some casualties in the previous battle, so things might get a bit problematic, but let's find out.
Units, move up. Units, move up. Units, march. Units. Units, march.
So they are marching a bit here and there, which is actually good news for us, because they will become a bit more tired. Then again, perhaps we should change the orientation of troops.
General, forward. Units,
Okay, so much for our high ground advantage. Oh, could we actually snipe at least some cavalry units over there? Let's see. Taking down 2 equites will make our army quite a bit superior in terms of mobility, and that in turn turns into advantage in micro-ability, if there is such a word, and well, that in turn holds the keys to victory pretty likely. So there they come. There is 1 unit of equites over there as well. I think we should actually get this light cavalry going so we could break the right flank of the enemy. Well, actually their left flank. But let's see. Let's get going. And let's try to do something with these, our left wing as well. Okay, the enemy general is actually charging. Okay, that equites is breaking. Perhaps we could actually break the charging hastati. That's whichever Brutus that was is breaking. And I think it's time to just push onwards. Except against phalanxes. That will be suicidal if we do that. And how come 1 unit of hastati is doing rather well over there? Well, I guess that should not be a surprise if I remember correctly. Actually, the deciding factor between Julius Caesar and Pompey in their kind of final battle was cavalry unit, or actually 1 legionary cohort that was able to break Pompey's cavalry and thus ensure victory for Caesar. So that was quite impressive in my opinion, because if I remember correctly, there were actually thousands of cavalry in Pompey's forces. So being able to kind of thwart them with 1 infantry cohort is rather impressive. Okay, let's see if we could break those mercenary hoplites before they become too impressive. Okay, good. I think this will be a rather decisive victory for us. So no questions about whether we will take the settlement or not. Unless, of course, they bring 1 additional army to fight us. Because we are starting to feel the losses a bit by bit.
From the field like frightened goats, hunt them down and slay them all.
Yeah, perhaps the Romans were greatest of all time at some point, but I guess now they have become a bit frightened in the face of our, well, some really threatening cavalry units.
Your warrior.
Okay, well, that was a nice victory. Though, if there becomes a new army, that will be trouble.
shall rule. Victory!
But fortunately, no new armies over there. And Germanians are moving into attack. And hopefully that army will improve, or rather the general will improve, because I think we have quite interesting campaign ahead of us in Greece. I think we could actually upgrade most of the troops, of course. Yeah, the settlement is what it should be, and we should actually raise taxes. At least somewhat, and then, well, let's take one round shield cavalry with us from there. Samaro Riva is reinforced.
Orders?
This army is reinforced. Do we have something
Binding troops.
with which we could reinforce Mogontiacum without losing the initiative
Chief. Chief. Chief.
with this army?
General.
I think we will send at least some... Oh, this looks bad, but I guess we have to fight it. So let's see how we will actually do. And we are being ambushed, so let's get over there and try to form up. I mean, you guys could move. So they do have Screeching Women, Bastonai mercenaries, Barbarian mercenaries, that's be a warband. Two of them is a threat, and of course the faction leader. So the cavalry has to perform really well if we are to win. So you can begin crying. You guys as well. And I think you should begin the charge. And yeah, you should withdraw. What? How come? Come on, you cannot be breaking, you are not even in combat just yet. Ah. So the only reason we are inflicting any casualties is that the AI is playing this poorly. Yeah. So you guys are fighting over there. Yeah, so much for our relief force. Yeah, I think it's time to just pull back. The battle is lost, and it's lost quite clearly. Yeah, it was a clear defeat. And I guess here it is shown what a poor quality general cannot do in battle. So basically, we need troops from Alesia. And, well, this is what we can send at the moment. Oh, we do have quite a good general over there. So let's actually bring those troops to Trier next turn. And I think, yeah, we can move out with these. So, help is nearer. And next turn we can charge those warbands. Here... we don't have that. That building over there, that's kind of hurts because now we have issues with public order.
General.
And I don't think we have any mercenaries available there either.
General. Forward. Unable to move. Yes. Forward. Can't be done. General. Forward. Unable. Yes.
Sometimes the names of the settlements can be a bit annoying.
Chief. Lead.
Can we merge
Yes.
units? We can at least some.
Orders. Lord.
And perhaps we should just disband these guys.
Orders. Forward.
Okay, so we are ready to throw those guys back, and perhaps we could wait a couple of more turns to kind of starve these guys out, and then when there is one turn left, charge them, because that might really well be the last settlement the Brutii have. And if that's the case, we could be in rather good position over there. There is some unrest, culture penalties, distance to capital. I don't actually remember where our capital is. In Massilia. Should it be in Mediolanum? Let's see what happens if we switch it here. Provided I remember how to do that. At least I changed the capital so rarely that it's quite often a bit of a chore to find how to do that. So Cordoba is becoming problematic. No surprises over there. We most likely will end up having the army, or rather the settlement, full of peasants, and now we need to reinforce Numancia in some way, and Carthago Nova as well. Well, fortunately we can have peasants over there. Osca, I guess the troops are ready to move out, except we will leave one cavalry unit behind. It can, or perhaps, oh, well, actually I shouldn't have moved out. Whoops. Well, I guess we need to retrain them somewhere else. Bordersholm. We cannot bribe it. Okay. Well, then we won't be bribing it. And Greek cities are attacking us. I mean, you guys could have fought with each other. Oh, Osca is having some issues. Apollonia is besieged. Oh, that's the settlement. Yeah, I just conquered it. And some peasants over there as well. Perhaps the Great Market will bring some benefits. Minimum is built up as much as we can. Nabomartius, I guess the ports will do okay. And Mediolanum, good. So we can begin to train troops here as well. We have some actual better troop production facilities. Should be good. Alasia, yeah, Tarentum, I guess, Bardic Circle. And we don't need that lower tax rate anymore. 2 turns, I think, yeah, the unit size is getting quite small. Next turn, it should be rather easy to take it. Perhaps that's some famous last words. Okay, so let's push onwards. There is no siege over here. Let's leave one additional unit to help out in defense. Can we actually get the unit into the settlement? Ah, it's besieged. Of course we cannot. Well, yeah. Then we just have to beat the Germanians. And they are actually ambushing us. Well, I think this time they don't know what they are doing. And actually their ambush failed. And I'm going to do my best that it will backfire as well. So, Axemen, Spear Warbands. Yeah, I think we should actually send the Slingers to do their job. Okay. That unit is wiped out. Okay, good. No more Axemen. Okay, and let's pull back a bit. And let's see if we could break the bodyguard. And I guess the infantry could move in as well.
The warlord of the enemy army. You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Okay,
Enemy
good.
flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
And I guess this is kind of a forewarning for the main Germanian force over there.
This is a
That siege will not go unpunished.
victory! Lord?
And will they fight? Yeah, they pulled back.
Yes, no, kill them!
And then let's deal with the two warbands. In here, do we have actually infantry in the garrison? Good.
Orders?
So it's not going to be all cavalry.
On my orders! Reinforcements have arrived, eager for the taste of enemy blood.
Okay. It seems they are willing to remain rather passive. Oh. Well, these guys do have quite a run they have to do, but at the same time it seems the enemy is actually moving out, which of course presents a rather nice opportunity. Though we have no inkling in into which direction they are going. Okay, let's send in the cavalry and let's see how we will actually do. The formation, okay, we will do quite well. So the formation was disrupted quite badly, and phalanx out of formation doesn't do too well. Sorry about you guys, but you are getting poked by for the greater good. Yeah.
The enemy flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
And I guess we can leave those guys to tell the tale. That the dark forests of Germania now belong to Spain. Well, let's not get ahead of things quite just yet.
Yes. Lord, march. Unable to move.
And let's have some infantry join Tiger over there. And next turn, the fate of Italy will be decided. Let's see. Armor hoplites. Not good. Not good at all, because we don't have any infantry with which to match them. We don't have any missiles with which to match them. So basically, we have to use cavalry. And, well, we might have some troubles ahead of us. Because I doubt that the cavalry... It will have difficulties beating those armored hoplites. So I think we should be focusing mainly on the Greeks rather soon, as well as on the Macedonians, because they will become an issue as well. And I think we could actually force the enemy army or Macedonians just to kind of siege the settlement. They have battering rams, so Apollonia will be assaulted most likely next turn. Fortunately, actually mostly skirmishers. That's a good new Opeltasts. But here Gaius the Harsh will be joining the battle, so we cannot auto-resolve this one. I think this will actually make a rather nice final battle for this episode. So Matugenus the Mighty versus Cneius Brutus and Gaius the Harsh. Unfortunately, Gaius is behind the settlement. Perhaps we could reach him from the right flank with cavalry, so it would be so much easier if we can rout him before he can reach the settlement. Oh. It might actually be that we cannot reach him, but let's try. And the general can remain here, but first and foremost, we have to utilize the cavalry. Oh. We are absolutely poorly positioned in here. Well, at least these guys managed to grab some attention, and actually our siege towers are not that well positioned either. But let's see if we could get to the walls. And I'm afraid that the enemy cavalry will be fully operational, or the Scipio allies will be fully operational when we breach the gates. Yeah. That is going to be an issue. And it seems this is an issue as well. You guys could go that way and try to shoot those hastati over there. And yeah, the enemy cavalry is inside the settlement, so what we managed to do with our cavalry is basically just tire them. And you guys try not to block the battering ram over there. So we have to face Hastati, Velites and Principes before we can properly get in. And okay, it seems this siege tower is going to go down. Actually no matter, because it was only... its task was to provide fire support.
Our warriors have reached the enemy gate with the ram.
And I guess we can leave this tower over here as well. And it seems some of the cavalry units are not in the mood of doing some fast riding. Perhaps we could get them in from this gateway at some point. But yeah, the battle for the city center will be quite brutal, most likely. But in any case, I think we will get the walls with relative ease. So let's send in the cavalry over there, and most likely, yeah, they are winded already, so we will have quite a wait ahead of us before we can actually utilize them, because if they enter tired the city center and the enemy cannot break, then the cavalry will break at some point. And that might actually end up costing us the whole battle. Oh, the Principes are actually firing. You can drop the ram and you can get out. Okay, and the battle is about to be joined. And if you guys could come here, then we could take the gateway and actually begin to fire at the Brutii.
Our warriors have taken the walls. Now the streets will run with blood.
And let's try to take the other towers here as well. And perhaps we should send these guys in. Okay, good. Those guys are breaking. Let's break the hastati as well. Okay, good. So practically the walls are ours. Okay. So that Principes unit might have some fight left in them. Well, apparently not. Let's get going over there. And is it so that the bodyguards might actually be eager to join the battle? Let's put up a defensive formation over here. Let's bring in the general, and I think the hoplites should join there as well. The war dogs can come a bit closer. And the hastati and velites are dealt with. You guys can go over there. And here we need to take the gateway and also these towers. Because otherwise we will suffer casualties from the towers over there. Taking this tower might be actually quite useful if the enemy is rather insistent of riding over here. And what about this side? We are advancing. And once again, you guys are not willing to ride faster than that. Well, let's take this tower as well. Because if the enemy infantry decides to move that way, we can inflict some nice damage over there. But let's try not to provoke. I guess that's hastati unit, yeah. Let's try not to provoke them into battle. Because I think these Sammonite mercenaries just are not up to that. And we are nearly done in this side. So the cavalry can come in. And in here I think The troops are rather ready to march on the enemy. So basically somewhere around here, and it seems the generals are not actually in the city center. So if they need to go this way, we might have rather good chance of intercepting them. Okay, the Hastatis seem eager for battle. We are not eager for that battle. And the enemy troops inside the city center seem to be relatively limited. So perhaps a decisive cavalry charge could actually decide the battle over there. I think we will leave the barbarian mercenaries over here to kind of guard the flank, because there might be these enemy units that are trying to get into the city center, unless of course they are kind of bugging over there. Okay, they are not. And what if we release the dogs of war? Where will they go? They will go to the walls. Well, not good. But I guess that's what we will have. I was kind of hoping for them to go to the city center, but one cannot apparently have everything. So, has anyone seen any docks over here? Apparently not. Well, yeah. They are there on the walls, or next to the walls. Not two good boys this time. And then let's bring in the cavalry. Oh. They are already here. So let's form up in here. Let's bring in the infantry. Let's bring in the general. And let's take the city center. So they have some ballistas principes, which we need to beat to the last man. So I think it's time to get going straight away. And perhaps we can park the hoplites over there. They can make sure that no enemy reinforcements get in here. And actually, let's pull the war dogs back. Because situation right here will probably become quite heated quite soon. And let's get these guys into position over here. Okay, good. So, the city square is ours, and now we just have to keep the enemy out long enough to beat them. So, they are going after the war dogs, not apparently, but at least the war dogs are perhaps they're actually doing something good. I mean, you guys could, of course, throw the pillar. But I guess not then. Well, we just have to wait and see if we can beat, or rather keep the enemy generals out of the city square. And actually, yeah. So, the sacrifice of those practically 3 units was a sacrifice I was willing to make. And so much for the Brutii. So only some Scipii left. And I think we will actually train some additional units in here. Temple of Mercury, I think we will go for Shrine to Isus instead. And it would be so nice to transport Matuginus with a ship right across over there, but instead he has to take somewhat like 3-year tour over there. But such is life. And if we leave a couple of units to reinforce Capua, we can send this army northwards already. So we are going to have quite a strong presence in this area. And taking Segestica will open up new pathways to attack over here. And yeah, that Macedonian army might be problematic. But at least we were able to wipe out the Brutii. And I think in the next episode, especially, we will focus on Germanians and the Greeks and Macedonians. And hope that we can actually hold Apollonia, because it's such a nice bridgehead in this area. We could retrain troops over there. So losing it will be quite a blow if we will lose it. But let's find out. Do we have some armies we haven't moved? Yes, we have. I think this army actually can go to Germania. We could certainly use some extra muscle over there, especially since the settlements tend to be so small that we cannot practically do anything with them. Let's send this cavalry unit to reinforce Numancia as well. And I think, yeah, this is everything for today. And we are at 28 regions, so we have still quite a journey to go before we can achieve the grand campaign victory. Most likely some rather heavy sieges in this area. But yeah, as I said, this is everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. And very special thanks to our channel members. Your support is greatly treasured. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.